harshly than others. And many people are governed by their emotions. And so we find ourselves looking at this pathological altruism or empathy on steroids and this zealousness, this nationalism that is somehow mixed with this bumper sticker patriotism that questions, well, the patriotism of those who question what happened on 9/11. But there was nothing patriotic that happened on that day. One man who knows this is Marvin Sanis, who's my guest tonight. He's an activist with architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth. We have him on the program tonight. I've always wanted to talk to an architect or an engineer who's actually investigating 9/11. Marvin, welcome to Ground Zero.
Thank you, Claude.
And, you know, isn't it true, though, that when I was reading, I think it was a Popular Mechanics article that was saying there are no engineers, there are no architects that are agreeing with the conspiracy theorists. And I say, well, what about these architects and engineers that have gone out to even point, I guess, scientifically or whatever, how this all was kind of like unquestionably, it was something strange happened that the government just couldn't explain properly. I mean, why are people so, I guess, blind to this idea?
Well, this is very painful. This was a painful subject for all of us. That day was horrific for all of us. But, Clyde, the science is done. We know what happened to Building 7. It was a controlled demolition. It has been established scientifically that building came down with controlled demolition. Now we need to move on to the next step of facing this as a nation. We have to face this horrible event that happened. How do we do that? This is so encouraging that we are finally beginning to have some dialogue about that day. This is very, very painful stuff for us to face. We've been invading and occupying third world countries. We're going to begin our 15th year next week. This is horrific. A country with our intelligence, our system of government, and our power to be invading countries.
Well, we've got, oh my gosh, I could tell you all these things. We have the ability now to assassinate people, or we assassinate people, American citizens, we kill them. We have people who are, we've created this fanaticism in the Middle East that's spreading to Africa now. We're seeing all these things happen, and for some reason we've developed this blind spot as to how we've wound up after 14 years. And this blind spot, if you ever question it, you're called a traitor or you're called unpatriotic. And I say, well, what was so patriotic about 9/11? You know, what makes 9/11 so patriotic when everything that happened afterward had nothing to do with patriotism and has completely obliterated anything that even appears to be constitutional government or constitutional republic?
Yep. I think we're through the guardrail. We've got to, government is not going to give back these powers that they have taken. We have to figure out some way to reassert a rule of law government. We are operating in a state of war and have been for many years. How do we break that cycle? And these people that perpetrated 9/11, they're down to their last card, and that card is violence.
Well, they tell what is it now? I've never thought that I'd see the day that in my own country that we'd have politicians telling us prepare for battlefield America. That we were told that 9/11, when it happened, that we would go to great lengths to eliminate those who created the problem, and we would go to war to eliminate those who created the problem. That those who fought and died in those foreign countries did so we would never see the battle be brought to this country. And now it seems that we have the ever-present threat of a fanatical group called ISIS, who may be at our borders, who may be even among us now, and all these other intelligence failures and all these other security failures that we just completely ignore. Although we had it pushed into our minds that Patriot Act 22, that many of the other laws, these draconian laws that they were passing, constitutional, I guess you would call it negation with the Fourth Amendment, and now they're pushing Second Amendment, they're pushing all these. It just seems to me that I don't know if it is this. I don't know if it is this psychopathic altruism or this altruism bias that states that, oh, you know, everything is all for the good, the greater good. If we do this, it's for the greater good. What about the children? I'll donate to a 9/11 fund, or I'll do something, and we find ourselves apologizing for our inability to stand up and say, you know, 9/11 was a horrible thing, but now we are 14 years out, and we're still living in a culture of fear.
Discord.
We've had less than 50 Americans have been killed by terrorist acts within the United States since 9/11. Less than 50. Cows kill 20 people a year. Terrorism is a concept that we budget for. For murder, we indict, prosecute. For terror, we budget. And that's exactly what we have been doing for 14 years. Responding to terror, and it is a budget problem.
And we also, what's the word? We have loose definitions now of terrorism. It's like, it's terrorism, but it's not the terrorism we're looking for. Or, I won't use the terrorism word because don't want to offend anybody. Once again, it goes back to that liberal guilt. Oh, I don't want to offend anybody by saying it's terrorism. Even though whatever is done to create a whole group of people to change their political views or to change the way they take care of themselves, whether it be they demand more lock and key, issues or security measures to be taken, they're immediately stripping away their human rights. And in the process, they're shouting USA, USA, USA as if it's a football game. And I don't know if Americans can see this. I mean, I know I'm speaking against this rationale that states that, how dare you, we were vulnerable. Once again, the emotion card is played. Yes, I was emotional on 9/11 too. I lost people I loved. There were people, I lost money from the attacks. I became closer to being destitute because of the 9/11 attacks. My job changed because of my name of my show. So yes, everybody was affected. But, you move on and you realize, hey, I want America back the way it was. And we told ourselves over and over again that America was going to change after this. And changed we did, but we never changed back to the way we used to be.
Yeah, we have to begin dialogue. We have to begin talk. That's how you get through an emotional catastrophe like this country has gone through. We've got to get back to talking about it openly. And this is very encouraging to have this discussion on a national radio program. I mean, this could not have happened a few years ago.
Well, maybe that's why I'm supposed to be doing the show tonight, because like I said at the beginning of the program, first hour, I don't know why I'm doing the show. There's no reason to do this show about 9/11. None of the mainstream media outlets are actually are reminiscing about it. We're not seeing the towers on fire. We're not talking about it anymore. These types of things used to be every year. We get a reminder. This year, not much of a reminder, probably a moment of silence every once in a while. Heck, I saw the Marriott was offering biscuits and pastries for free for about, 10 minutes, which I thought was kind of tacky. It just turns into a cottage industry. Everything is turning into a cottage industry, including the 9/11 attacks. It's turning into a political football for people like Chris Christie. And in the debates, they brought up 9/11 again. I'm thinking, can we get through an entire debate in 2015 without bringing up the specter of 9/11? Because no one is going to tell me that 9/11 did not create a non-patriotic, or at least an America that just certainly avoids or ignores human rights, and is actually ignored the rights of what we call sovereignty in other parts of the world.
I have an idea of this, this gun control thing. I don't think they want gun control. I think they want the test to determine who is with us and who is against us. This control, I think it's addiction. They're addicted to control, power, and money. And they have to find a way to regain control of the information. When they started planning this in the early 90s, they could not see the World Wide Web over the horizon. This explosion of shared information among people is something that's out of control.
Well, even Zbigniew Brzezinski had commented that we're seeing an influx of human beings that are becoming more aware, more informed. And he's wondering if this is a dangerous situation. Because now, the way government is conducted has changed dramatically because of what is said in social media, Twitter, and also on blogs. So
there's hope in this young generation coming up. I think there's some hope.
Definitely so. Marvin Sanders with us tonight on Ground Zero. We're going to get to your calls coming up as well. A very good discussion tonight about September 11th. 14 years ago, living in what is the aftermath of this horrible event and how somehow we have
se recuperan materiales, se transforma el castillo,
a sort of a defeat amongst
el
ourselves.
K-sector, o sea, el Calumet sector, porque se llama Calumet sector.
News, weather, traffic, News Radio 102.5 WFLA.
Y es viernes, septiembre 11, se cumplen años de la destrucción de las Torres Gemelas, que no se sabe qué fue lo que pasó, si las destruyeron los propios
A Harry's shave set includes everything you need to get started. A razor, 3 high-quality blades, and shaving cream for just $10. That's a month of shaving for just $10 with coupon code 7979. Harry's saves you money by owning the factory in Germany that produces their razors. Their precision-angled blades are crafted for sharpness and comfort. Shipped directly to your door, all with free shipping. You can place your order at harrys.com. Shipping is free and quality is guaranteed. Harry's just makes things easy. So say goodbye to choosing between expensive brands or cheap disposables and say hello to Harry's. High-quality blades at a price you'll love. Just go to harrys.com right now and enter promo code 7979 at checkout to get $5 off your first purchase. Get a month's worth of shaving for just $10 with code 7979 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 7979.
If you or someone you know is addicted to drugs or alcohol, this could be the most important message of your life. Write down this number or store it in your cell phone. But call 1-800-426-6186. That's 1-800-426-6186. By calling the treatment helpline for drug and alcohol addiction, you can turn your life around. Our advisors will match you with a proven 5-star luxury treatment center that will end your drug or alcohol addiction once and for all. Your future can still be bright. When you call right now, you'll speak to a recovering addict who understands what you're going through. Let us help you break your addiction to drug or alcohol before it's too late. This call is completely confidential, and if you have private insurance, there should be no cost to you. Take 5 minutes of your time and call right now. It may change your life for the better. Call 1-800-426-6186. That's 1-800-426-6186. Call 1-800-426-6186.
If you're a human resource professional, recruiter, or businessman, you should have another title after your name. Assistant CFO. It's true. Every person that you hire has a direct impact on the profitability of your organization. Hire well, and profitability increases. Hire poorly? Well, that's not good. Hi, this is Chris Sonic, President of Sonic Recruitment, a national recruitment advertising agency and motivational speaker. I'll be coming to town to host a 2-hour seminar on how to better recruit workers, students, and clinical research participants with radio. The seminar is free, fun, and informative. To get all the details or to RSVP, call the following number. I look forward to meeting you.
2 seminars available, September 22nd in Maitland or September 23rd at the Doubletree I Drive. Free breakfast, entertaining, informative speaker, door prizes, and continuing ed credits. Details, call 407-916-8365 or email smartrecruiting@iheartmedia.com. That's smartrecruiting@iheartmedia.com.
Have you gotten your tickets to the hottest events in town? Like the Orlando City Lions taking on Sporting Kansas City on Sunday, September 13th. Get your tickets today at 1025wfla.com, keyword tickets.
Last football season, DraftKings crowned more millionaires than any one-week fantasy sports site anywhere. This season, the prizes are even bigger. So join Mike from New Hampshire, or Mikey Millions as his friends call him, and become the next fantasy football millionaire. This isn't fantasy as usual. This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time. Go to DraftKings.com now and use promo code SWIFT to play free for a shot at $2 million in the Week 1 $10 million Millionaire Maker. That's SWIFT for free entry at DraftKings.com.
John Lennon's Imagine album was released September 9th, 1971. Peter Frampton and his entourage visited the White House September 8th, 1976. After a full tour, they watched television with President Ford.
That's your look back at this week's Rock Almanac.
For me, actually, to just talk about 9/11, and for some reason, I felt like I had to. And what this is turning into, literally, Marvin, and I think it's a sort of a, I guess, a therapy session in some ways, where we have not really had this time to, open up and say, well, this is how it was, and this is how it is, and this is who planted the seeds. And this is why we have conspiracy theories that are being spun around. And this is why we go off on tangents about 9/11 when we really need to focus. As you said, we prosecute murder, but we budget terror. It's like, this was a crime of the century. And yet we go into these wars and we're told that the wars were for ... when in reality they were for something else. I mean, in your opinion, after the wars, after the towers fell, Afghanistan and Iraq, what was the point when the victory seems so hollow, in your opinion? What was the point of going into these countries?
Well, that is such a deep question. Why do we invade Asia? We have this axis now of America, Israel, and Saudi Arabia trying to invade Asia again. It has failed every time, and the culture implodes. Napoleon, Hitler, I think Charlemagne tried it. Alexander the Great tried it. It does not work. Why do we do it? I don't know how to explain it, but I know that people don't want to do it. I've had discussions today. We've got a big display at Pioneer Courthouse Square in downtown Portland, and people do want this information. They do want to know what happened. I've talked to people that are absolutely against truths or investigating 9/11, but they want to talk about it. They are interested. They know that something in their gut. They know that something is.
They know what they were told. And I would even say the conspiracy theorists say what they're told. Look, nobody went into finding out about 9/11 truth because of conspiracy theory. They went in because they wanted to know. It was the conspiracy theorists that jumped on board because they wanted to spin it a little bit. There's several theories out there, but where did these theories start? In the mainstream news. And they were reported by the mainstream long before they became spun as conspiracy theory. And that is why I was able to play these tracks to let people know that there is reason why we have these questions. The media planted those seeds, and now the government is doing their best to try and discredit anybody who tried to quote it. And of course, then the arsenal fills on the other side for truth with architects and engineers, activists, and those who are seriously wondering why this was not investigated as a crime, but it was budgeted as a terrorist act and budgeted for 2 wars.
We had the truth on the afternoon of 9/11. We had the truth.
Yes, but it was completely muddled and muddied with the getting angry over terrorism.
And now we know what we're capable of.
Exactly. As you said, they had the plan already in place, but they couldn't carry it out by themselves. They had you and me and others to carry it out for them. To deliberately say, I give my consent for you to take away my rights because I deserve what happened in New York. And that's the sad thing. 888-673-3700. That's 888-673-3700. Marvin Stan is with us. Your phone call is coming up in the next hour, so be ready. We'll be talking about 9/11, 14 years later, living the lie. We'll be back.
If you or someone you know is addicted to drugs or alcohol, this could be the most important message of your life. Write down this number or store it in your cell phone. But call 1-800-426-6186. That's 1-800-426-6186. By calling the treatment helpline for drug and alcohol addiction, you can turn your life around. Our advisors will match you with a proven 5-star luxury treatment center that will end your drug or alcohol addiction once and for all. Your future can still be bright. When you call right now, you'll speak to a recovering addict who understands what you're going through. Let us help you break your addiction to drug or alcohol before it's too late. This call is completely confidential, and if you have private insurance, there should be no cost to you. Take 5 minutes of your time and call right now. It may change your life for the better. Call 1-800-426-6186. That's 1-800-426-6186. Call 1-800-426-6186.
Have you gotten your tickets to the hottest events in town? Like the Orlando City Lions taking on Sporting Kansas City on Sunday, September 13th. Get your tickets today at 1025wfla.com, keyword tickets.
Last football season, DraftKings crowned more millionaires than any one-week fantasy sports site anywhere. This season, the prizes are even bigger. So join Mike from New Hampshire, or Mikey Millions as his friends call him, and become the next fantasy football millionaire. This isn't fantasy as usual. This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time. Go to DraftKings.com now and use promo code SWIFT to play free for a shot at $2 million in the Week 1 $10 million Millionaire Maker. That's SWIFT for free entry at DraftKings.com.
An album was released September 9th, 1971. This week in 1975, Pink Floyd released their seventh album, Wish You Were Here.